Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at painting the moon with watercolours. So what I've done is created a circular outline in pencil, and to do this the easiest way is to find something to trace around. So I've just used some of my washi tape, but anything round, so an upside down jar, a teacup, anything at all, sellotape, rolls are really good as well. So create your circular outline, and then if you can have to hand your little jar of water, some tissue or kitchen roll would be really helpful as well if you have that available to you, and then obviously your watercolour paints. So if you've got a set of different brushes, I would be using one of the round tip brushes for this, and not too big so that you can control the detail, but also not too small that you're having to do a lot of extra work to move the paint around. Okay, so we're going to start off with loading up the brush with water. So it's really important that your water is clean, and then we're just going to take that water and you're going to fill in your circle. So what I normally do is trace within the outline first. It can sometimes be a little bit hard to see, but the really nice thing with watercolours is they really don't have to be neat. And then you're just going to fill in the rest. So it's important as well with this that you have nice thick watercolour cartridge paper, because when we're using a lot of water, if you don't have that thickness of paper, then it's really easy for the paper to just sort of start to get ripped up or kind of go all bumpy. So filled in with our water, and then we're going to go to whatever colour you want to work with. So forgive my palette, I've had this watercolour palette since I was about 8 years old. It's done many illustrations, and it's travelled all around the world with me, but it's an absolute sight, so yeah, no judgment. So I'm going to use this kind of indigo purpley colour that I've mixed. I've just used this dark blue and the purple here, mixed them together. So you're going to take quite a lot of your paint onto your brush, and then what you can do is just start bringing that onto your water, and it's really up to you how you want to do this. Sometimes you can again do an outline. What I would continually do is keep going to your water and then going on to your paint, and it will just help you to create that texture. Okay, so trying not to overthink it too much. And then what I would then do is go back to my paint and just start to create some different shades of that colour, coming back to the moon and then starting to add in a little bit more of that texture. And again, you can take that and colour in the outside edge, go back to the water. And then what you can do is begin to, if you add water back in, you can then start to work with the colours that you've placed down on the paper already. Okay, so the most important thing with watercolours is that you are keeping your brush really hydrated and you're using a lot of water. So the name sort of suggests when we're working with watercolour paints, that is what we want to be doing. But the kind of most common mistake people make with watercolours is not using enough water and then sort of dragging the paint around the page. So if you feel like things are not blending very well, then it usually just means you need to keep going back and adding in more water onto your brush. Okay, so we've got this nice background at the moment, and then it's really up to you. Some people keep their moon paintings really subtle and simple, but you can just keep going in So now I might dry my brush a little bit, go back into that nice darker colour, and then come back onto the page and begin to splodge some of that darker colour onto the moon. And you can start to create these almost like crater-like effects. And again, completely up to you how much of that you want to do. Some people will like to make their moon quite dark, but as I said, you can make that really subtle. It's quite nice to go into those darker areas and add in different colours as well. Okay.